Well, good Monday morning, Alaska. We are tracking the return to some rain showers across the state, more so for the Gulf Coast region, but we are expected to see some quieter weather take hold this week compared to the stormier conditions we did see last week across the state. You can see outside, those overcast skies remain with us. We've already seen some of that drizzle activity build inland across south central, while the vast majority of the rain this week is going to remain near coastal regions. Now, one thing we are going to be watching, some of those higher elevations. If you live along the Anchorage and Eagle River hillside, it is cold enough this morning that we could see some light snowflakes embedded within some of those rain showers, but at sea level we will see all rain as those temperatures continue to remain on the warmer side, where we're already seeing temperatures sitting in the upper 30s. 38 currently in Anchorage, 36 in Fairbanks. We got those temperatures breaking zero for many areas along the slope, still holding on to some of that showery weather, and we've even seen areas of the eastern interior, really from the 40-mile country and surrounding uplands, holding on to some of that chance for some rain, if not some wintry mix in the forecast throughout the remainder of today. But as far as what we're dealing with, that area of low pressure that's in the central bearing, that is gradually weakening as it pulls to the east. And you can see as a result that rain and areas of a snow embedded within parts of southwest Alaska will weaken throughout the day. But we'll keep with some of that passing activity. Nothing significant even here across south central. We're just expected to see some of that light to moderate rain sticking around through the next couple of days. Now, while we are going to hold on to some of that heavier activity near Prince William Sound, we're only talking about 1 to about 2.5 inches between today and the middle of the week. So nothing as widespread as what we did see last week. Even out towards southeast through the next couple of days, we'll see anywhere from about 1/2 inch to 2.5 inches of rainfall. So at times we could see some of that heavier downpour, but the overall trend is light to moderate rain remaining with us. And showing you just how light that activity has been since the start of today, we've seen less than 1/4 inch of rain for coastal regions, while inland locations we've largely been holding on to just some sprinkles, if not some light drizzly activity. And that's what we can expect to see throughout the day. We will watch for the potential for some late day peaks of sunshine making a return to inland areas of south central, but overall we are expected to continue to hold on to a somewhat wetter weather pattern the next couple of days. Notice through tomorrow morning we could see up to 1/2 inch of rain out towards parts of Prince William Sound. Each day will bring the potential for up to 1/2 inch of rain through the Sound, while elsewhere we'll see just some isolated to scattered rain showers. So light activity remains with us. And looking ahead through the state, there is that area of low pressure in the central bearing, and as it continues to pull off towards the east, it will weaken, but you can see that chance for rain and snow primarily staying confined to the southern part of the state. So from southwest Alaska through the Aleutians, as well as out towards south central and southeast. That's where we're going to see that better chance for any precipitation the next couple of days, including isolated areas of the interior as you head through eastern parts of the interior. Now, one thing we will be watching later this week, really from Tuesday on into Wednesday, is a low pressure system lifting northward out of the Pacific Ocean. That will bring the return to some rain showers through the central interior and also bring more widespread rain to south central as we welcome in the middle of the week. And of course, by Wednesday, while the rain will become widespread, it's primarily going to stay confined to coastal regions of both south central and southeast. In fact, Wednesday will bring the better chance for widespread rain for the entirety of the panhandle. At least for inland areas of south central, we will see some drier conditions arriving by the middle of the week. The rest of the state going to continue to remain on the drier side for the vast majority of Alaska. We are going to see those temperatures warming into the 40s through the interior today. Now, areas east of Fairbanks may have a decent shot each afternoon to warm near 50, if not into the lower 50s, excluding Fort Yukon, which will remain on the cooler side. And of course, we are going to see that freeze-thaw pattern being the bigger focus for the interior through a large portion of this week. And that 7-day forecast for Fairbanks showing daily highs mid to upper 40s. Now, we will be watching some winds set to increase later this week. By Wednesday, we can see Fairbanks and surrounding locations winds up to 30 miles per hour will be possible, which means locations near the Alaska range can expect to see some higher wind speeds. So we'll be watching for that later this week. That comes as that area of low pressure builds into the Gulf of Alaska, which will keep that widespread rain near coastal regions. As you head out west, 35 in Nome. As you head towards Gamble, St. Lawrence, those temperatures warming into the mid to upper 30s as well, with some breezy conditions. And now locations out west where we will hold on to that snowfall can expect to see 1 to 2 inches of snow accumulation. Higher amounts in the Nulato Hills where we could see up to 3 inches, but largely expecting some lower snowfall totals as the system is largely on the weak side and will continue to weaken through the remainder of today on into your Tuesday. So that's that 7-day forecast, or that's the forecast for today from across the state. And of course, we've got that rain across South Central, and any rain will be beneficial to the region. Now, April and May tends to be a bit drier for South Central. Those are our two driest months, and you notice that April as a whole has been on the wetter side, which is certainly beneficial for a region that has been dealing with a lack of that snowfall for most of the winter season. And of course, you notice February we remained below seasonal values in terms of precipitation, while March was fairly seasonal. So rain certainly is going to help continue to lead to those wetter vegetation and not help us really significantly dry out any of that vegetation. So we'll continue to watch that as that wildfire threat will remain pretty elevated through May and then drop back down to normal as we welcome in June. But as far as those temperatures today out towards southeast, where we're also going to see some rain showers, we are going to see highs warming into the mid to upper 40s. And again, rain for you the next couple of days through at least Wednesday. We could see anywhere from 1/2 inch to 2.5 inches of rainfall. And then of course across South Central, that 7-day forecast outside of coastal regions Wednesday with that rain, you can see inland areas will trend on the drier side. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds. Daily highs later this week, really towards the latter half of this week. We'll see afternoon highs warming near, if not into the 50s. Best shot for any low to mid 50s will be through the valley, where we'll see a decent shot for some sunshine. Those overnight lows also remaining fairly mild in the mid to upper 30s. Of course, we'll have more coming up in the noon show as well in the evening newscast. Another live look from outside, and you can see we've got some light flurries that are mixing in with that rain out towards higher elevations of Eagle River as you head out towards Baldy. So you can expect to see that out towards the hillside as well. But again, at sea level, largely expecting some light drizzle, which will stick around throughout the day. Daily highs continuing to warm throughout the week. Make sure you have a great Monday.